Hi, I'm Lisa Wilson, and I will be presenting Qualified Retirement Plans, how to select, install, and administer a plan. Selecting the right qualified retirement plan for your business can be a daunting challenge, and if done incorrectly, the company can be penalized and have hefty fees. The purpose of this presentation is to give you the knowledge on how to select, install, and administer a qualified retirement plan. My goal is to provide the knowledge to you and give you the highest confidence in selecting the right qualified retirement plan. I have simplified selecting a qualified retirement plan into 5 easy steps. The first step is to establish the objectives for the plan. Now think of this like buying a car. When you go to the car lot, you know what kind of car you're going to get based on your specific needs. Now, for establishing the objectives for the plan, this could be to benefit the owners of a small business or the employees. The company may want to attract and retain employees or provide a tax advantage benefit. So by knowing the objectives helps narrow down the selection process. Prepare an employee census is step 2. The census will identify the beneficiaries of various plans and the financial impact of alternative plans on the employee sponsor. A review of the employee turnover is essential to the plan selection because the review can determine the appropriate vesting schedule and how to deal with forfeitures due to termination. Step 3 is to identify the types of plans that can meet both the qualitative and quantitative objectives. Step 4 is to assess each plan's financial characteristics. Now, financial characteristics are contribution cost, cost of administration, flexibility of contributions, burden of investment risk, and necessity of mandatory funding. And then step 5 is select a plan. I have broken up how to install a qualified plan into steps. Now, the first step is to adopt a written plan. Now, what goes into adopting a written plan is a qualified plan must be detailed in a written plan that is adopted by the company. Set up a deadline. Now, to set up deductions for contributions made for a tax year, the plan must be set up or adopted by the last day of that tax year. Documents can either be individually designed or pre-approved by the IRS. These apply for individual IRS approval. Now, once the plan has been adopted, the company must pay for the actual funding of the plan. Step 2 of installing a qualified retirement plan is investing the plan's assets. Now, this can be done through a trust or custodial accounts. The employer and the trustee are responsible for arranging how the plan's funds will be invested to build its assets. Plan's assets must not be diverted. This is important. As a general rule, the assets cannot be assigned or diverted to the employer. The plan must make it impossible for its assets to be used for purposes other than the exclusive benefit of the employees and their beneficiaries. Continually monitoring the investment options ensures that the selection remains in the best interest of the participants. Defined contribution plan assets may be invested on a pooled basis with the investment directed by the plan trustee or the participant directed, which is participants select from an investment by the fiduciaries of the plan. Step 3 of installing a qualified plan is develop a record-keeping system. A record-keeping system will help the employer, plan administrator, or financial provider prepare the plan's annual return/report that must be filed with the federal government. Step 4 is providing information to the plan participants. Employees who are eligible to participate in the plan must be notified about the plan's benefits and requirements. A summary plan description, or SPD, is the primary document to inform participants and beneficiaries about the plan and how it operates. Now we are into how to administer a qualified plan. To administer the plan correctly entails adding contributions within a set time limit and making distributions and/or loans according to the term of the plan as allowed by law. So go into further detail on how to administer a qualified plan, making appropriate contributions. So a sponsor of money purchase pension plans, cash balance, defined benefit, and targeted benefit pension plans must contribute enough money into the plan to satisfy the minimum funding requirements. Actuaries work with the plan sponsor to determine the minimal funding for a defined benefit plan. Defined benefit plans must make quarterly installment payments of the required contributions. If installment payments are not made on time, the company must pay interest on any underpayment for the period. Installment payment dates are April 15th, July 15th, October 15th, and January 15th. Each quarterly installment payment must be 25% of the required annual payment. And part of how to administer a qualified plan is to provide a periodic pension benefit statement. A defined contribution plan must include the value of each investment to which assets in the individual account are allocated, including the value of any assets held in the form of employer securities. The benefit statement must be furnished once every 3 years to each participant who has a vested accrued benefit under the plan and who is employed by the employer at the time the benefit statements are furnished to the participants. Here we have reached the reporting requirements on how to administer a qualified plan. The employer must file an annual report with the Department of Labor. The forms to file are Form 5500, 5500 EZ, or 5500 SF. The forms must be filed with the Department of Labor by the last day of the 7th month of the plan year end. Exemptions from filing Form 5500 is if the employer has only a one participant plan that has total plan assets of $250,000 or less for a plan year. Form 5500 EZ is used if the plan only provides benefits for the employer and spouse, or one or more partners and their spouses. Form 5500 SF is a short form annual return report or small employee benefit plan. This form is a simplified annual reporting form for use of certain small pensions and welfare benefit plans. The plan must have fewer than 100 participants at the beginning of the plan year. Form 5500 contains the basic identifying information of the plan. All other employers must file this form. Now we have reached the conclusion. So selecting the right qualified retirement plan for your business can be a daunting challenge, and if done incorrectly, the company can be penalized and have a hefty fee. By establishing the objectives for the plan, preparing an employee census, identifying the types of plans that can meet both qualitative and quantitative objectives, and assessing each plan's financial characteristics will help in selecting the right plan. Adopting a written plan, investing the plan's assets, developing a record-keeping system, and providing information to the plan participants will help install the plan in the company. Making the appropriate contributions, providing periodic pension benefit statements, and meeting the report requirements will help administer the plan correctly in the company. So with this knowledge, you will be able to have the confidence to select, install, and administer a qualified retirement plan.